Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Who all are too new to my channel, so please subscribe my channel. Here is a channel name, and let's talk about today topic is AWS Transfer Family. But before that, so who all are too new to my channel, so you can just go through the AWS Zero to Hero course. So I have already covered a lot of videos. If anything is missed out, you can let me know so that I can cover it. Okay, so you can just go through this playlist so that you'll get to know all the whatever you wanted to learn it from the AWS, you'll get it. Okay, and let's come to the topic. So AWS Transfer Family is one of the services from the AWS. Okay. So what actually this family, I mean, the AWS Transfer Family, the service, how we can able to adopt it. Let's talk about. Okay. So AWS Transfer Family, we can call it as a SFTP. Okay. So SFTP is a fully managed service by the AWS, which enables to transfer files to the your S3 bucket. Okay. And SFTP is also secure method used to data transfer and many business clients are using. Okay, so how many business clients are using as of now? So I'll just let you know the sector wise. Okay, so example here is a financial services, healthcare sector, retail, and advertisement. Okay, so these are all the business clients. They are using a AWS Transfer Funnel services. Okay, and so before going to the session, so these are all the pre-requirements. So you need to create a S3 bucket, and you need one Linux or Windows machine, and you need to create a IAM role also. Okay, so let's jump into the official documentation. So how do we adapt it? Okay, so this is the official documentation. Okay, if you're able to see it, AWS Transfer Family easily manage and share the data with a simple, secure, and scalable file transfer. Okay, so I already told you the details, and so here is a all the what are the futures it is available from the AWS Transfer Family. We'll get to know. Okay, and how it is going to be work. Okay, if you are able to see the architecture diagram, so you are the user. Okay, you are going to connect it with your AWS Transfer Family, and all the stored in the S3 bucket are EFS. Okay, then if you want any where we can able to use it, we can able to use it in the machine learning, processing, analytics, RQL. So these are all the areas we can able to use it, and data is available from the broad array of the use cases. And use cases also it is available, and how many customers or how many users are they using. Okay, these are all details about the official documentation. Okay, and if we come to the FAQs. So if you have any questions regarding AWS Transfer Family, if you have any doubts, you can come to here. What is AWS Transfer Family? What is SFTP? What is FTP? So everything you will get to know the doubts. You can just clarify it before using the services. Okay. And let me come to the official documentation. Here is official documentation. So here they are given all the details. Okay. So AWS Transfer Family supports transferring data overall following protocols. Okay. These are all the protocols we can able to use it to transfer the data. Okay. And if you come down closely, so here also they have mentioned the how AWS family works. Okay. And the clients. Okay, these are all the clients we can able to use it to communicate it. Okay, so that is all about the first uh, documentation. And if you come to the architecture diagram, if you wanted to use it uh, in your company, okay, or if you wanted to use it more, I'm going to just show it for the demonstration. But if you wanted to use it if you have your remote SFTP servers, okay, how do we communicate with SFTP? Or if you wanted to store it in the S3, or if you want to store it in locally, how do we communicate it? So these are all the architecture diagram. If you have an existing setup, we can do it. Okay, and here is all the steps, everything it is available. Okay, so you can just go through it. And the next documentation is, so where all it is going to be identify provider option. Okay, so AWS Transfer Family provides several methods for authenticating and manage the users. Okay, so AWS Transfer Family services, these are all the supported protocols. AWS managed AD, gateway, and Lambda. Okay. So these are all the things you can, before using, you can just go and check it out. So what are the features you want required, everything. Okay. So in this case, we are going to with key-based authentication for the AWS Transfer Family. Okay. And that's it. And if you come to the workflow, okay, if you have a by default, this is the workflow from the AWS. If you wanted to do it customized, that is also possible. Okay, and if you wanted to create a your own keys, okay, so key based authentication, we are going to do it. So you can just go through the steps. How do we generate? How to create everything? Okay, so this is all about the theories details. Okay, so let's jump into the answer. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one instance. Okay, so you can create it any Windows or Linux, anything, because uh, you wanted to upload the data, right? So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to Windows Server. Okay, so I'm using a latest AMI image, if you're able to see it, and I'm going to select it at least 8 GB or 4 GB is sufficient, and I'm going to select the SFTP, and let me select the existing severity group. So this is going to be allow all the port number. So I've already done it. Okay, so once this is done, okay, so next create a S3 bucket. So let me jump into the S3. So you can create it any, as per your company standard, you can create a any bucket. I'm going to just mention in 2024. This is my bucket name. Let's create a bucket. So once this is completed, you need to go to the IAM, because IAM we need to attach with your AWS Transfer Family. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, if we go to the roles, there is a already S3. So let me just, you need to create a role. Okay, if you create a role, so what are the policies are attached here? If you're able to see it, I've given the S3 full access. Okay, if you want any restriction like only read write or only write access, you need to write your own policy. But I'm giving full access here. Okay, so that is one thing. And if you go to the trust relationship, so I've given the access to the your transfer AWS, I mean AWS transfer family. So I given the access for uh, SFTP access. Okay. So two things you need to identify. One is for SFTP access, and you need to. So if you have created your own IAM role, by default it is going to be EC2, but you need to just remove it and edit it, and you can just paste this content. I'm going to share the notes also. Okay. Now, so S3 bucket is completed, IAM role is completed, EC2 machine also it is created. Okay. So let's jump into the server. So it will take some time. Okay, let it be there. In the meantime, what we can do, let's create a AWS transfer family. Okay. So here, if you're able to see fully managed support for SFTP, FTPS, FTP, and EST. Okay, just click this one and create a server first. Okay. So here there is a lot of it is going to be support your protocols. So according to your requirement, you can able to use it. I'm going to use it SFTP. And here there is a three option. One is for service managed by you, and if you have AD directory, you can use it, or if you have any third party integration, you can able to do it. So as of now, I'm going to it service manager one. Okay. So from here, I'm not going to be select anything. I don't have any Route 53 anything. If you have a Route 53, you can able to select it. And if you wanted to use it only within your internal, okay, or internet, okay, that is also, it is possible. Okay, so right now I'm going to show for the demonstration. That is why I'm going to select publicly accessible, and here there is a two option where our data it is available. So S3 and EFS, I'm going to S3, And here you can able to select log group. I'm going to select with a new log group. Okay, if you wanted to create your own workflow, you can able to create it. Okay, so as of now, nothing by default it will be there. Okay, so you can just create it. Okay, if you're using a create a new workflow means. Okay, and this is a by default security policy selected. So I don't have any server host key. Okay, I will leave it as it is. Okay, I'm not going to change anything here. Let's go next here. Let's create a server. So once it is created, we need to create a user. Okay, so let it be create. In the meantime, let's go to the EC2 machine. You can able to log into server or not. Let's see. Okay, so let's decrypt the password. Let's log into the server. So we need to install Puttigen because we need to generate the private key. Okay. So in the meantime, what we can do, let's copy the our key also. Okay. If you're able to see it, let's copy the key. Just paste the key here. So now you need to download it to agents, not agents. One is for let's confirm. Let's go. So one is for Putty gen. Okay, to generate the PPK file. Okay, and the other one is let me let me go to the official documentation here. Let me download it. Let's download the WinSP also here. So these are all the pre-requirements. Okay, let it be download. Let's go to the downloads folders. You can maximize it here. So you can try to install the putty here. Let's install it. And in the meantime, you can install it WinSAP also. So WinSAP used for to connect it to your SFTP. Okay, let it be there. Okay, now let's generate the key. Okay, because uh, I'm going to create a key. Sorry, I'm going to create a user. For that, I need a key, right? So let's select all files. There is SFTP, and you can just copy the entire details, and you can save it as a private key here. Private. Okay. So once it is done, close it. Okay. Let me come to here. Okay. As of now, in the bucket, so we don't have anything, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do, let's go inside here. I'm going to create a user here. Okay, just go to the here, add user. Okay, I'm going to just mention it as a test. Okay, and we have a role, right? So we need to attach it here. Okay, and home directory, this is the one. Okay, So here you need to mention your key. Okay. So I pasted here and go inside here. Just add it. Okay. Now you can come back to your Windows server. Okay, and copy your endpoint because we right now we are going to log into the AWS Transfer Family. So just make it here and the test. Okay. So then what you need to do, you go to the advanced. Okay. There is authentication. Okay. You need to select the PPK file because authentication, we are doing authentication based. Just make it okay. Log in. Make it accept. It will connect it to here. So right now what I'm going to do, so this is our home directory. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to upload it. Okay, let me go to desktop. I wanted to move to, okay, you can just, no, you can do it here also. What you can do, just drag and drop or just copy and paste it. Okay, it will shows your status here. Okay, it is uploading or not. Okay, you can just ignore it. Skip all. Okay, just drag it. Skip all. Okay, now you can just go to the our S3 bucket. Just refresh it here. Okay, are you able to see it here? Test under that, you can able to see these two files. So we are uploaded inside. Okay, the same also in the users also. User if they wanted to upload any data, so they can upload it here. So whatever the data, it is going to be shared here. Okay, so this is all about AWS Transfer Family. Okay, so that is all about today's session, guys. So I'll come up with a new session in the next few days. Okay, so till that, all are again, all are to new to my channel. Subscribe it and support me. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.